Hello, terrific Taurus. Tantalizing Taurus. Too much Taurus. What's another T word? I can't think of one. Taurus. Hi, my beautiful Taurus. How are all of you doing? Fantastic, I hope. We're going to pull a full moon reading for the pink full moon in Libra on April 1st, Northern Hemisphere, April 2nd, Southern Hemisphere, and it lasts until the 17th, Northern, 18th, Southern of April. So it's, you got some time, but full moons are powerful, we all know. And if you don't know, now you know. But this one is in your 6th house, which is your day-to-day activities. And this full moon is all about balance, harmony in relationships, and whether with ourselves, with our, loved ones, with our coworkers, what have you. But yours in your 6th house of day-to-day activities is all about your routines, your responsibilities, and the best way to harness this full moon's energy is to take one, let me think, would be to take one activity or responsibility that you don't feel is serving your well-being and adjust it, eliminate it, what have you. But just take a look at your day-to-day activities and look for anything that isn't aligning with your highest good or what doesn't serve your well-being, and eliminate it or adjust it if needed. But that's the best way that you can, I think, in my opinion, to harness this full moon in Libra's energy. But we are going to take a look at what needs balancing in your life, what you need to let go of, what your gifts are, what action you can take, and the message from Spirit, your spirit team. And this full moon, I don't know if I already said it. If I did, forgive me. I've been doing readings, but it's asking us to make sure that our inner alignment matches our outer life. And what came up as what you need to balance, what needs balance in your life, is the 5 of Wands. And that is your I don't want to say competitive nature, but it's more like your let me think how to put this. When you're in a competition, you are trying to do your best because you want to win. And I think this is saying somewhere along the line, did you quit caring, or did you kind of say, nah, I'm not going to compete. I'm good with being last place, or I'm good with, I'm good. Like you kind of lost the passion to better yourself, the passion to be the best that you can, do the best that you can, achieve the best that I feel like that's where you need balance. I think you need to bring the passion back and realize no matter what age you are, what stage you're at, where you're at in life, anything is possible, and it's never too late to dream, to seize your opportunities, to change your lives. Like I said, to make sure that your internal joy and alignment matches your outer life. If it doesn't, that is something that will eat at you until you work on it. So, what came up is what you need to let go is the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is, well, it's some sort of, it's kind of like winning at all costs, or so I'm getting the feeling that it's for you, if I think it means that if you have the mentality of, if I can't be number one, why bother? Well, because number two is, still gets a silver. Shoot, third gets a bronze, there's some sort of joy in the competition itself, or the pursuing of something, in the pursuance of something. There's joy to be had there. And that's what I think you need to let go of, the sense of, if you can't come in number one, then why bother? Let that go. How about do it just for the sake of doing it? Or, get rid of the, I gotta win first place, or I gotta have the, nicest car, or I gotta have the best job, or I gotta have the biggest house, or I don't know. It could be a million different things, but whatever it is that you kind of lost the passion in life, and where you feel that why bother if you can't, have the best of the best? Well, because you just should. But what came up as your, where you're thriving, and what you could, expand on, came up as the Seven of Pentacles. So you're really good at, sowing the seeds, or planting your intentions. I think, and you're really good at the idea, I'm so sorry. I can't. The idea making, the sowing the seeds, planting the seeds. And then somewhere in the waiting, you're like, yeah, I'm over it. And I think you get this close to the, to the seed sprouting. And if you could just be a little more patient, I think you would be pleased, because what came up as an action you should take is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is, he takes pride in everything he has. And he takes care of his family. He takes care of himself. He takes care of his grounds. He takes care of his home, his property, he takes pride in everything that he does have, whether it's the nicest or not, whether he came in first place or not. He treats everything as if it is first place, grand prize, that type of energy. So I think if you can shift your, mindset into seeing what you have that's unbelievable, then it will help bring balance back into your life. Because I heard a poem or a riddle, I don't know what you would call it, but the other day about, about the person who has no vehicle wishes they had a bus pass. The person that has the bus pass wishes they had a car. The person that has the car wishes they had a newer car. The person that has the newer car wishes they had a more expensive car. The person with the more expensive, so on and so forth. It's that kind of, mindset where I think you just need to see the beauty in what you do have, and treat it as if it is the best. And, not only, it's kind of like a self-love. It's kind of self-respect. It's kind of like, what you do have is beautiful because you have it, you earned it, you worked for it, you got yourself there. Nobody else just handed things to, maybe somebody did hand it to you on a silver platter. If that's the case, I doubt you'd be here listening to this. But, so I think it's a beautiful reading. I'm sorry I'm stumbling over my words so bad. I don't know what it is. I think it's the full moon energy. I'm like, I don't know. But it's not you, it's me. But anyways, the message that came up for you from your spirit team came up as the Hierophant. And that is them telling you to step into your power, step into your inner greatness, your inner Hierophant. You know, if you can see, he's just like pleased with himself. You know, you can't, it's just step into your power, step into the God in you, the God inside of you. And, you know, I believe that God is in all of us, each and every one of us. And sometimes we forget to tap into that. And I think that's what your spirit team is telling you, to just step into your power, step into who you know you are. You're amazing. You're beautiful. There's only one you, only one. Nobody can change that, and nobody can take that away from you. And you are special. And that is facts. We're going to pull you a moon card and one spiritual card. And that's it, Taurus. Wow. Okay. Well, we're not going to take all those, Taurus. Okay. It just can't go down like that. But I will take this smaller pile right here for you. You got two. Let's see. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and your commitment is being tested. And I believe that commitment is your commitment to yourself. I believe that's what that means. Like, you know, are you giving up on yourself, or are you committed to yourself? Because it is never too late. It is never, ever too late to seize what's best for you, your passions, what's, you know, all that good stuff. Okay, just one card, please, for Taurus. There we go. And you got a new opening. When one door closes, you are confident another will open, and it will be for your betterment. You accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning they present to you. Serenity comes from within. See? Within. Within. I love that for you, Taurus. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. Have a blessed day. Bye.